Welcome back. Today's more experimentation. So, there's someone called the Korean Vegan. I love her, both for the way that she tells stories, about the way she tells her story, and the way she cooks. Um, and she did these like stuffed cabbage leaves the other day. I don't have her cookbook yet. At some point, I will get it. So I'm about to experiment, and so we're gonna start off with dried shiitake mushrooms. So boiling some water so that I can go ahead and rehydrate these. I have some tofu that is being pressed to get the moisture. She actually has a process for doing that works really well, but you have to think about it way far in advance because you have to like drain it, freeze it, thaw it, drain it, freeze it, thaw it. And the consistency is awesome if you're going to use the way I'm about to, but I don't have time for that right now. So I'm going to see what stuff I have in my fridge, what bits and bobs that I can put in this. And once I start mixing up, I'll show you what it looks like. We are making progress on this bootleg experiment that I am on. And so this is the reconstituted shiitake mushrooms with ginger, garlic, and onion. What I should say is that, as the name implies, Korean vegan is in fact is vegan as well as Korean. And I am not veganifying this, so I am adding shrimp to this along with the tofu, which I probably could have done without, but I was just kind of feeling it. So I'm gonna like see what happens with that. I've been peeling the cabbage leaves. These are kind of gonna be discarded. Well, I gotta go through them. There was some spotting on it that, given that the way that it's gonna be wrapped up, I'm not a fan of. So I also just remembered that she stuck all of her stuff in like the food processor and blended it so it was all smooth. I'm gonna do that with like the part of it, but I'm not gonna do it with this set over here and this. So I don't know what this is gonna turn out. I don't know what it's gonna look like. It'll be interesting. I'll keep you posted. I am prematurely excited at the last minute. I pulsed all the mushrooms with all the garlic and all that, and threw in the tofu and taste. And then I made that dipping sauce yesterday, and I didn't end up using it for the pajon, my bootleg pajon that turned out magnifique. Anyway, so I dumped that in there to start with, and that was like perfect. And so then I decided, because I don't know, sometimes you add extra stuff and then the flavor is off and it's like it's diluted. And so I went ahead and threw in, I didn't pulse it as much, but threw that in, tasted it again. So the only thing that'll be added will be the shrimp. So I'm going to salt that, and then the bean sprouts. Start to fold this. We'll see how this all turns out and what it looks like when it comes together. Okay, so this is to try to my understanding is to try to wilt, like relax the cabbage a little. You should also know that I've decided I am going to go vegan, so I went ahead and put up the shrimp. Not go vegan, but for this, because it tasted solid enough that, like, why the heck not do it as it was intended, as much as it was intended, given that I don't actually have the recipe. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was very, very hot, in case you're wondering. So what I'm about to do is stuff it. Let's see if I can find a couple pieces. So that piece looks soft enough and hot. Ooh, and a spoon. La la la, la la. Let's see. Now I really wish I paid more attention to the way that she did it. But we're gonna learn. I have hot water, or water that's starting to boil. Not bad, I think, on the stove, so that once I get these, I'm gonna add the shiitake water to it for flavor wise, and then I'm gonna kind of, I guess for lack of a better term, like braise them. Everything in here is cooked, so it's nothing like I have to worry on that front. Mostly I think it's about worrying about things falling out, which like this one that looks like that would be in danger of. So I'm gonna play with this a little bit, see if I can figure out a way for stuff not to fall out, and then we'll see. A couple things as I prepare to cook these. One is that you have to cut off more of this or this, the inside the ribbing, because it's really hard and it doesn't soften really easily. So I imagine I could have cooked the cabbage longer, so maybe that's the answer. Also, I'm glad I didn't put the shrimp in because there's so much like extra mixture. So what I think I'm gonna do is make some rice and eat it with rice because that seems like it would be delicious. Maybe some sweet peppers and some cucumbers, something like that. Oh, I wish I had those. Oh, I wish I had those cute. There's these yellow pickled radishes that I love, but all the ones I find right now are made with saccharin, and I hate that. Anyway, so I've got the water going. Come with me here. So I need it to boil a little higher than this, and to actually some of the water off as well. So I want that to go away, and then I'll put them in, braise them a bit, and I have no idea. I have a feeling some of the filling's gonna fall out. It is what it is. Voila, not the prettiest in terms of like a striking look. I'm sure that's operator error and not having an actual, what's the thing called? Oh, recipe. And I probably should have braised this like longer, like low heat for longer, but I'm hungry. I feel it. My filling is fire though. Could use some heat now that I say that. So a little bit of chili, but really good. And I kind of want to tomorrow I'm gonna stop by and get some wonton wrappers. I'm gonna seal that up. I'm gonna put that in some wonton wrappers and fry and or steam them, and it'll be amazing. This would also be really good over rice. I could feed this to my nieces. 2 of my 3 nieces are pescatarian. Peskies, as I refer to them. At any rate, this is surprisingly delightful. I hope you're having something delightful too.